Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Good Morning La Land. And today in the studio, we have my friend who we lived together for a couple of years, Kathrin Nicholson. Now, Kathrin, I always describe her as this. It's so funny. She is like the sexiest, hottest real estate agent in Beverly Hills. And she works for the agency. So anybody who's here.
Hottest agency.
Well, it's true. You guys had this magazine spread this big with all you see is legs. I mean, so I just love the marketing behind it. I love how your agency has become such a huge success. But so, yeah, what's it like working for the agency?
It's amazing. There's this horrible misconception about real estate agents that it's just, you're just a salesperson, and there's so much more to it than that.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be mindful. You have to care about your clients.
And you do. You do.
And it's the biggest purchase that somebody's going to make in their lives, the biggest moment. And to be able to help find somebody a house is a remarkable thing. And I'm blessed to be able to do it. And I mean, if your realtor is not caring about you and is not mindful, I mean, find a new realtor. And the agency,
so true.
Yeah, I mean, the agency, we all collaborate. It's the culture is amazing, and I think that's why it's been so successul.
Wow, love that. So is the care, the concern, and like that mindfulness, does it come easily to you, or is it something you've had to cultivate?
Yeah, no. I'm a mom.
Yeah,
I mean, I do it every day, right?
But some people are a little less. They're a little bit more difficult to love. Right?
Yeah, and you have. Yes, I mean it's like Psych 101. I always tell people, I didn't need to study psychology in school because I get it every day. You're dealing with all different kinds of people, but if you're mindful and if you're sensitive to them and sensitive to the fact that this is a huge, huge thing in somebody's life, it's easier to navigate, I think.
Kathrin, I'm very curious, do you work with clients primarily who want to sell their homes or who are looking to purchase a home?
I do both, and I also work all over town. And I think that's another misconception. People in the old days were neighborhood specialists because that's kind of what it was. Buyers would come, they would want to be in a specific neighborhood, and that's what would happen. But today it's so global. You're dealing with people coming from all over the world. Sometimes they don't know where they want to be.
Beverly Hills, that's where
Exactly.
Cue the song. Yeah.
Just go there.
Or you have people, who are living in one area, they want to move to another area. Maybe the houses are more expensive, but the public school is better. So maybe their child doesn't go to a private school, but goes to a public school. They save money, then they're able to buy a bigger house. It's just being able to know LA. I mean, and I've worked here for 20 years in real estate now, and I know each area. And if I don't, the agency's great because there's somebody who does, we get together and we talk, and sometimes I bring them in.
What do you think makes some real estate agents so famous? I mean, they're all over social media, and they're all in your face, and they're all this. And then what makes somebody a really good? I'm not putting judgment on either one. But I'm just saying, like, what makes them famous and what makes them really good at what they do? Because there's like a wide range.
It's true.
Well, I think, naturally, the way that the world is now with social media, if somebody's good at manipulating and using social media, they automatically become famous. Doesn't mean they're a good agent.
Sometimes
but
they
there
are.
I mean, David and James on $1 Million Listing.
Yeah, we love James.
They're fabulous, and they work 10 feet from me, and so I hear them. I hear David's little, British voice in the office.
But they do walk the walk and talk the talk. They're wonderful.
They do, and they're good people, and they have families, but by default, they are on $1 Million Listing, and so by default, they do get more publicity, and they do get more listings, and
it's the whole thing.
It's the whole.
Have you ever had to tell anybody that they can't afford this house?
Yeah.
I mean, from a real estate agent's perspective, that's not an easy thing.
It's LA. Everybody wants bigger, better. Yeah. And I've also had to tell people, and I do this all the time, people have it in their heads that there is a perfect house. There is a perfect house.
Yes, it lives on my vision board.
Exactly.
So does mine.
That's
Exactly. It's right there.
And I'm here to tell you there is no perfect house. So you've got to give
really good.
and take. It's
Yeah.
like a relationship. There's not a perfect guy, right?
What are you talking about? Mine is not WOT.
If someone is looking for the ideal real estate to purchase, is there a list of things or characteristics they should be focused on when doing the house search?
Yeah, I mean, the old adage, location, location, location is always great. You
Yeah.
don't want to be, on a busy street if you can't help it. But there's also a trade-off. So perhaps you want a bigger yard and you don't care. I mean, I've had clients from New York who are used to the noise, so they don't care. What they want
That's
is a
interesting.
big plot of land, and if it's on Sunset Boulevard, it's okay because they're used to that every day.
I always wondered about that. Okay,
Yeah.
so that makes total sense.
Yeah, so it's and I have clients, British clients, who are used to living in older homes, are used to, funky woodwork and mold and they're not afraid of things like that. So they're willing to go into a house and to fix it or to deal with it. Whereas some people who grew up in LA, they want, new
And perfect. Right, we move in and everything else is
fancy house.
disgusting.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the beauty of real estate is everybody's different. And I always say when a house is having trouble selling that there is somebody for every house. There really, really is.
So if I'm hiring a real estate agent and I had never met you, and I mean, what are some questions that I could ask real estate agents to know that they're the right one for me?
I don't even think there are specific questions. I think you just need to sit down with someone and get a good rapport. I mean, you can ask who their clients are, what houses they've sold, how much they've sold. But I think it's the rapport. I think, as in anything, when you sit
that thing,
down
that
and
gut
talk
feeling.
to
Yes.
somebody,
Yes.
you can tell if they care or they're just like, well, I'll check this one
so
off my
true.
list. And, I've had clients come to me who have gone to bigger agents, and some of the bigger agents have teams. And
That's no fun.
And they never see the agent ever again. They just have this assistant and that assistant showing houses, and it's over.
What's really quick? What is the most expensive house you've ever sold?
$20 million, the whole top floor.
We gotta have
Pocket
another
change
good
for you,
note.
Tanya.
The whole
Yeah.
top floor of the Remington on Wilshire.
Whoa!
Yeah. Penthouse,
Wow.
both
Wow.
of them together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please
was
tell
a good
everyone
one.
where they can find and follow you.
That's amazing.
Yes, the agencyre.com, and then just look me up, Kathrin Nicholson.
Thank you so much, Kathrin. We are Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. All of today's interviews are available as a podcast on iTunes, and the whole show is streaming on Apple TV and Roku via the EverTalk app.
That's right. Waking up the world together. See you guys tomorrow. Special thanks to Tanya Mendes.
Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
It's going
Thanks
to
for
be a
coming,
good morning, La La
Kathrin.
Land.